Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 85,000 US dollar. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for price developments of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze various altcoins daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And also worth checking out is the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget and Bybit. Just the taker fees are far less than on the other exchanges. And also 0% fees for 100 pairs. And here you can see Solana, Sui, Cardano, ONDO, HBAR, Render. All those coins we are also talking daily, and that's just an offer from mexc. And in the video description, you will also see my referral code and referral link. If you use that link and or my code, then you're also getting an additional 20% discount on your trading fees. And also if you hold more than 500 mx from, that's the coin from mexc, then you get another 50% on your trading fees. So basically it's almost for free to trade on mexc. So let's dive into Bitcoin. Bitcoin didn't do much since yesterday. I have to be fair right now. I have changed the rising wedge a bit. Yeah, before it was a bit sharper, and it looked like that we broke that to the downside. Yeah, it was like this. So basically, what I want to show you also is I'm also writing some posts where I said, for example, for 18 hours ago, I closed 50% position size for all my trades to lower the risk. The other 50% I saved by a stop loss or at break even. So what I have done is basically over the time I have built up short positions and the market looked far too strong. Yeah, I also had a green trend line here, which was resistance, which we also broke to the upside. So we see some break of structure. The market is strong at the moment. So basically I took out 50% to lower the risk, and the other 50% went into break even. So basically yesterday's trades weren't that profitable. Yeah, 7.17%, something like that. It's not much. It could have been more, but still at least profit is profit. Yeah, but it wasn't how I expected it, because I expect still, let's say not still, but I expected a new low for Bitcoin. It doesn't look like, at the moment, it doesn't look like Bitcoin is going to get a new low. So I've changed the rising wedge a little bit more, and I like this one a bit more. So because we have here one touch point, second, third, fourth, and here also the fifth touch point, which we didn't break to the downside on the 1 hour chart. We didn't get a candle close lower than the rising wedge, so I think this one is going to be good. I don't want to change the rising wedge one more time. I don't want to do that. I will just keep it like that, otherwise I will delete it. But we have to wait for the 84,450 US dollar. If that breaks to the downside, then it would be the target would be the 78,350 US dollar, but I would say 78,900 US dollar is more realistic. Also, what I have also tracked is a possible double top pattern. If that breaks to the downside, which is currently the 83,000 US dollar, then we would get, with the break of this rising wedge, in addition to that, another break from the double top pattern, then we would get at least a nice push to 81,350 US dollar. From there, we can think about a push to the upside, but I think it might be even here possible that the market is too strong and shoots from here to the upside, 88,000 up to 90,000. That's why I actually don't want to trade shorts anymore. I would still try some small shorts because the chart patterns are going to telling me that, and I'm just going to give it a shot. But it seems like that we are not going to get into the targets of the rising wedge. And we have some typical targets. The typical target here is the spread of the rising wedge, and we put it then to our breakout point. Yeah, so if we break it to the downside a bit later, then our target would move for sure. But I actually doubt that we are going to 78,900 US dollar again, unless some bad news are coming into the market which can reverse the direction. But it looks like that Bitcoin is heading slowly to 89,300 US dollar to 88,000 US dollar. That's a target which I would look for, but still we first have to take out the tops, those ones. Then I would be optimistic that we are going in one way up. This is currently the 85,725 US dollar. If we get a nice 1 hour candle close over that, I will zoom in so you can see it better. Those aren't closes over 85,725. Those are just wicks. And we want to get a candle close over it with a nice retest. And then a follow through means the follow through is when the candle closes over the breakout candle. Then I would be optimistic that Bitcoin is heading in one way to 88,000. Otherwise, we still have to keep this scenario in mind. Where we go down to 81,350 US dollar. Bitcoin is currently the strongest coin. We can look over the wrong one. This one is the correct one. Over the BTC dominance, where we also have said, okay, we have a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern, broke to the upside. We also had a double bottom pattern, which also broke to the upside. Okay, we got one faster crash in the Bitcoin dominance, but now we are probably going into the circle which I have drew here. That is going to be realistic for the Bitcoin dominance. You can put your price mark here. So basically 63.76%. So Bitcoin can actually get a nice push to the upside while the altcoins aren't doing much. So let's get to the biggest altcoin, Ethereum. What I like to see for Ethereum is getting over the 1.7k. If you can remember, for sure you can't if you are new, but I have said so far, okay, we have to break the green trend line to the upside, which was at 1.7k yesterday, and now the price moved to 1,695 US dollar. We got 2 times rejected there, but still double top pattern, which broke to the downside, which got us the retest. So I think Ethereum can go down to 1,600 US dollar, where we also have a small fair value gap. That's the target of that double top pattern. But also, do I want to short it? I'm actually not sure, because I still think, okay, how much should it be? 2.3% might be a nice catch to the downside. But what I'm looking for actually is getting into this area or even this one. Then we can say, okay, that could be even a nice trade with 7% to 10% to the downside. But the market is too strong at the moment. If we drop below 1,590 US dollar, then I would say, okay, chances are looking even higher that we are going to meet that area. And then this whole thing was then, okay, I made it ugly again. This whole structure might just was a double top pattern. And if we then break it to the downside, target would be 1,250 US dollar, but we are so far away that I can't think about that scenario that much. I'm not going to jump now into a short trade just because I think, okay, we are in a possible double top pattern which can break to the downside once we get another flash crash by 10% to get then another push to the downside by 15%. I think it's not realistic at the moment unless Bitcoin goes to 70,000 US dollar, which was my target a week before. But since we broke some structure to the upside, it's actually not looking good that we are going into that area. Yeah, okay, it was weird said, yeah, but I want the price to get down again so I can get far better long entries for the future. Also, the altcoins are giving some mixed signs, I would say. Some aren't tradable, they're just going sidewards. Some are pushing to the upside or build up bullish patterns, and some even build up huge bearish patterns. So at the moment it's very, very tricky to trade, and it might be even better if you don't know what you do, then you should better take off your hands from the market at the moment. Don't bet your money in that situation. Like I said, mixed signals, difficult to trade, and as you can see, the past days the chart patterns weren't correct, broke to the wrong side, or the target didn't get hit. So the market is currently very weird. The weeks before, yeah, we had a 3 or 4 weeks streak where we predicted the price pretty well. You will also see it for some altcoins. We have also predicted it pretty good, but currently it's very difficult. Yeah, so stay calm. Wait maybe this week. Look what the chart is giving you for data. Look what the market is going to do. And once the direction of the market is clear, then we are going to enter the market. So thank you for watching and see you in my altcoin update.